All right, so we got Ricocaine here today. We're doing a nice little interview. Why don't you introduce yourself real quick?
What's going on? What's going on, y'all, man? It's the world now kid, Ricocaine, man. You know what I'm talking about? Counterfeit Free, you know what I'm saying? The future, man. You know what I'm talking about? We here with Luke Mitchell, man. Shout out to Luke Visuals, you know what I'm talking about? Man, that's what it is.
Thank you very much. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about the music side of things that you're doing.
Almost done.
Where'd you really get your start with all that? How did you get into all this?
Ah, man, it's funny. I used to sing. It's real funny. Like I used to sing, man. It was crazy. Like I used to sing in the eighth grade, little talent shows and shit. So like, I had sang "So Sick" by Neo in the talent show. So you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. So
So you guys started in a little talent show, huh?
yeah, man. You know that's how it really started. But like I always been influenced by hip hop.
Yeah, I think hip hop's super influential just across the board with
Yeah,
everybody.
most definitely.
So after that talent show, like, did you just start making more music then after you
I
saw that
did. I
positive
had
response?
I did. I had got with a group. We was called the Young Savages, and I wasn't Ricocaine then. I didn't even have a musical name back then. So I have a stage name or none of that. Plus, we was still handing CDs out. So you know what I'm saying. So and I was just singing on hooks and stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying. Then I progressed because then I like the way the delivery of when you was rapping. Like when you rapping, you could just tell your story a lot more. So you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely. And along with telling that story, what's the story you're really trying to tell with some of your music? What's that deeper meaning behind some of that?
I mean, story I'm trying to tell is just, man, of any average young male in America, you know what I'm saying? Like anybody who been trying to make it, trying to do something with their life, and you know what I'm saying, sometimes feel like they've been beat down. Sometimes feel like they have no hope or have no way to go, you know what I'm saying, about their life no more because the justice system beat them down or the product they be in the product of their environment. So you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to reach out and be like that voice to tell you like, man, anything is possible. Anything is possible. So you know.
And so all in all, you're going for something that's really positive, just trying to tell people that they can do what they want really as they put their mind to it. Is that kind of what I'm picking up there?
Of course. I mean, you know, it's gonna be positivity that comes out of the music. I'm not gonna say all of my lyrics is all positive and stuff like that, but but I try to stay in the more of the lane of where everybody can feel it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I try to like stay up tempo or like I try to like make a vibe. I like catch a vibe that's coming soon. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I had to plug that in.
Oh, we're gonna be
but
talking about that a little bit more here in a second.
yeah, man. But I just try to make music to like, cause like my biggest critics would be my grandmother, you know what I'm saying, or my grandfather. So I gotta make music that's appropriate for them. So like they used to like Nelly a lot. So I'm like trying to stay along that line to where I got some bad lyrics in there, but I got some catchy little tunes. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely, you're trying to balance that out and kind of widen an audience in that way.
of course, got to trying to get that flow rider money.
So I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about what you're coming out with now, and since we talked a little bit how you got brought up here, so what you got on the schedule as far as music goes?
Ricocaine is very busy right now. I got my project Reborn that's coming out January 1st. Uh, I have a couple singles that's on the way. I'm shooting a video here in a couple weeks. I got a lot of stuff. I got a single with King Anderson coming in the way. Got to go get that. I got the Tiller single coming out. That's the video. You know what I'm saying? You got to go get that. But the first single I'm dropping on the album is Catch a Vibe. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't catching the vibe, you got to slide, baby. You know what I'm talking about?
Is that a line from the song?
I need to catch me a vibe. Bad bitches in the ride. Hit the line, I'ma slide. I need to catch me a vibe. I need to catch me a vibe. I just booked another flight. Yeah, I'm in for the night. I just called me a vibe. I need to catch me a vibe. I need to catch me a vibe. Cocaine. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's all y'all can get right now. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I'm sure they can all go and check out that video once that drops.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Now, I'll be putting a link to the song once that comes out in the description, everything like that, so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys can
most
go ahead
definitely,
and
man.
check that out.
Counterfeit free everything, you know what I'm saying? Counterfeit free came, man, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm rocking, man. Oh yeah, and I'm performing next week on October 30th. I'm performing at Woody's. You know what I'm saying? So y'all need to come out if y'all out here in Iowa, Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, Davenport, wherever you at, come see Ricocaine. I'm shutting it down. We'll be at Penguins Comedy Club early that night at like 8 o'clock. We got Big Step coming, man. He the comedian, man. Y'all ain't even seen nothing yet. Man, you know, it's just a lot of stuff that's gonna be coming, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of projects moving, man. You know, high school talent shows, you know. Shout out to the youth, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just stay in them books and pay attention to what your mama and daddy say, cause you know what I'm saying? If you don't, you regret it later. I'm trying to tell you.
So earlier you were just talking a little bit about Counterfeit Free. Mind telling the audience a little bit more about that? What is Counterfeit Free?
Man, counterfeit free is the future, man. You know what I'm saying? We the future, man. We are a label that's very, very family oriented. You know what I'm saying? Loyalty runs deep. You know, it's not no okay. You do wrong and we just gonna write you off for the rest of your life. It's not like that, you know what I'm saying? It's more of a family, you know what I'm saying? Like, and when you wanna go and sign with a label, or if you doing something, even if you're gonna stay independent, if you're gonna sign a piece of paperwork that say, look, we this a partnership, you wanna make sure that you comfortable. And over here, Counterfeit Free, man, that's what made me feel comfortable, you know what I'm saying? We got it all from everything, you know what I'm saying? Videographers and photographers and engineers, producers, you know what I'm saying? Good artists. We got great artists here at Counterfeit Free, and we got a awesome CEO, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it wasn't for him, like, you know, shout out to Q, you know what I'm saying? The CEO, shout out to Pharaoh, you know what I'm saying? He saved my life, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it wasn't for him getting me and bringing me to the studio and, like, just keeping me here and just doing what I need to do, you know what I'm saying? I'd probably be doing something bogus right now. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Q, man. You know what I'm saying? He saved my life, and I know he out there trying to save plenty others, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta want it. You gotta want it. You gotta put in the work, you know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing that's just gonna be given to you, you know what I'm saying? Before I even signed a piece of paperwork or anything like that, I showed him my work, you know what I'm saying? He put me in the studio and I went hard, so, you know what I'm saying? So that's all it is, man. Once you give an opportunity, man, take it. Because ain't nobody really gonna give you an opportunity like that unless they just want something out of you. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Q, man.
I completely understand, and along with that, I mean, did the area that you grew up in, did that really shape kind of how you started making music and all of that? Like, how does that all tie in with your music, or do you just kind of completely disregard that? Because it's kind of a 50-50 split with some of the artists that I talk to there.
um, Shout out to Chicago. I'm from Chicago. I'm from Inglewood. I'm from 68th and Walcott. The South Side, the city. Period. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have a reflection on what you do in life. You know what I'm saying? If you just know about what you see other people do, and you gonna go in there, you gonna try to do it too. You know what I'm saying? Just like all of us, we all made them same mistakes. If I seen somebody smoking a cigarette all my life, I'm gonna want to try to smoke me a cigarette too. You know what I'm saying? That's the environment I was raised in. If I see him shooting over here at dude and them around the corner, I'm gonna want to start shooting at dude and them around the corner. I don't know why he's shooting at dude and them, but it's just a, you know what I'm saying? It's like hereditary. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's the environment you grow in. You know what I'm saying? You can make it out. You can make it out. I know people that made it out, went to school, you know what I'm saying, good jobs, houses, you know, good, you know what I'm saying, nice cars, families and shit. I know people that made it out. But shit, the other like 75%, shit, I mean, it's either you don't want nothing or you want the same thing.
I completely understand that. I mean, I'm a firm believer in that your environment really creates who you are, at least to begin with. Now, it makes it a lot harder to change that, but you can still change.
Most definitely.
And that's what happened around Cedar Rapids here a lot of the time when I was growing up here. It's crazy how much violence there is out on the streets and everything. And they just grow up into that type of thing. I know plenty of people who are trying to create other outlets for especially the youth
Yeah,
who are trying to
yeah.
kind of get out of that, and that's where music comes in a lot with
Yeah,
it.
like shout out to Cedar Rapids. Cedar Rapids is like where I really first got my first like push with the music back in 2014. Like that's when I first got on the big stage with rapping, and anybody ever heard me rap and have lyrics, and everybody was just energetic off of it. And like I was like feeling like shit, I'm a star. So like you know what I'm saying, when you feel like that, you know, your first experience is everything. You know what I'm saying? So my first experience with music was crazy. When I first did the show, it was crazy. So like, and then I feel comfortable in the studio. I feel comfortable behind the mic. I don't make 1,001 people leave. If you want to come in there and watch me record, I'm gonna make something happen. I'm gonna show out now because you in. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cedar Rapids. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the venues that ever gave me a chance. You know, the Break Room, Red Baron. Man, I performed at the 319 Fest, man. So, you know, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to the Sound Box, you know what I'm saying? I've recorded that. I mean, I've been everywhere, man. I've been all over, man. But you know what I'm saying? The experience is a lot. Man, the video coming soon, man. The tele video is coming very soon. It's gonna be dropping here within like the next like 30, 45 days. So, you know, the label, we getting together Sunday and we talking about the ideas and we're gonna run through it. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a fun shoot. It's gonna be a very fun shoot. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Luke Mitchell.
Now, I wanted to ask you a little bit. You talk about performing in a lot of different places. Was there ever a point in time where you were just terrified of getting up on stage, or you've always been kind of outgoing?
Ah, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I went to Minnesota and I did like a crowd that was like 3 times the people I've ever performed in front of. And man, I was just in the back like, oh. I was smoking cigarette after cigarette. And then everybody like, boy, what's wrong? I'm like, man, I'm scared. And like, cause they had just booed like a dude like that was just like right before me. And I thought his music was decent. Man, he took his shirt off and everything, and I thought, you know, I'm like, yeah, he got it. You know, no. So when I went out there, I cracked a joke, and the only thing I could say was, Minnesota, how y'all doing? And I got like 3 girls say, woo. I was like, I'm high as fuck right now. So then everyone was like, yeah. Then the show went on, so it was cool, man. It was cool. I had fun, man. I had fun.
It sounds like a really good time.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say for some of those artists out there who are kind of trying to get a start and really trying to get over that type of fear of performing almost?
First of all, you gotta dream big. The dream gotta be bigger than you. And you know what I'm saying? Like, some people can dream that they want a car, and then the next day they can wake up and run into some money and go buy a car. Your dream just came true. So now what are you gonna dream about next? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always say the dream has to be bigger than you. This dream that I'm chasing hasn't even started yet. This is just groundwork. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the studio every day, every night to morning. I'm talking about coming up out of there. I ain't got no throat. You know what I'm saying? There is no voice box no more. You know what I'm saying? But for everybody that's out there, just remember this one thing: if you gonna do it, do it. Do it. Don't let nobody tell you can't do anything, man. You know what I'm saying? Sky's the limit. I don't say that. I don't say the sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? Get up there. Get above and beyond of whatever you want to do in life. I want so much money that I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it. That's how much money I want. I want so much money that I just do born reality TV shows. Like, that's how much money I want. I want that type of money. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not about the money with me. I just want my people to be very well off. So if anything was to happen to me while I'm doing music, I know that they taken care of. You know what I'm saying? I know that my children is taken care of. I know that my grandparents is taken care of. You know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta stay with it. Have a lot of ambition, a lot of drive, a lot of dedication, a lot of prayer, a lot of patience, and a lot of perseverance, man. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of obstacles that's gonna come your way, and you gotta be able to weave and bob. You might get into a scuffle or two, but you got to get up and keep going. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep up and keep going. Don't never let somebody put you down, and just keep going, man. Take constructive criticism as one, put it down in your notebook, and keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, and don't give up. If you give up, I ain't messing with you. Don't call me for nothing. For real. No, don't give up, for real. Music, it saves lives and it tells stories. So if you got a story you want to tell it.
I think that's an amazing message right there. And I want to ask you if there's anything else that you wanted to add as we're kind of wrapping up here.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Big Homie Super. You know what I'm saying? That's my big homie from Texas. You know what I'm saying? Another Counterfeit Free artist. Shout out to Big Homie Super. We got some stuff coming up, man. We got a few songs. I ain't even gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, shout out to Q, King Anderson, Artie, my A&R, my whole management team, Luke Mitchell. Shout out to Maneska, you know what I'm saying? That's my homie, that's the best photographer that I know, you know what I'm talking about? So shout out to Maneska. Shout out to Luke Mitchell. Shout out to Fuzzo, you know what I'm saying? My engineer. Counterfeit Free, man. Ricocaine Reborn, man. The album is coming, man. January 1st, man. It's dropping 2020. So as soon as it hit 12 o'clock while you kissing your girl, it's going to be downloading on your phone. You dig what I'm saying? Man, it's Ricocaine, Counterfeit Free, man. What's up?